The controllers over here?
Nah. BC Realm, Mia Shakanulu, Joseph. Yeah, we get into that in a minute. But certainly, it's the Day of Kings. This one right here. We gotta start off. I gotta start off a little bit on a solemn, little bit of a honor demand solutions. Welcome to the channel. Interesting handle. But yeah, I gotta start this one out a little bit, you know, got a little bit of bad news the last couple of days. One of the smoothest cats that I've known, in all the history of Islam. A brother named AD that I went to high school with. I got a text a couple of days ago that he returned in his sleep. He was one of the, when I got kicked out of the other school, but when I first got to Evander, at that time, at least they probably still got it, but in New York they had something called 0 period. And at 0 period, you can come in, play ball, eat breakfast, all the various different things. And 0 period, that's where the most kind of energetic guys, the most, brothers that was the hypest about building, we used to come to 0 period and have a cipher, like everybody used to come to the cipher right before first period. But by the time they came, a lot of times we already been through the whole 120. So when by the time they get there, we already charged them. But AD used to always be at 0 period playing ball. And so, sometimes if I was there, if I was the first person there, I used to play ball, and that's how I met AD. He just was always just like I said, he was just a smooth operator. The way he moved around, his game on the court, he did the NBA fantastic dunks in high school. If you hit AD on the wing, he's unstoppable. And over time, it was a brother that he comes with a lot of a brother named Aku. We started going around Tracy Towers to build with him, and AD ended up, he rested in there too. So that was another degree of me and him being cool. Whenever we saw each other over there, we kicked it just like we did in school. But apparently AD returned to the essence a couple of days ago. Next bit of news, really, I've only heard this, so really, let's just say, look, if y'all know her, reach out to her and, see if you can confirm yes or no, but Does anybody know Queen Mother? Queen Woody? That's her social media handle. But someone told me that she may have returned as well. But like I said, this is just for people to reach out to her. We definitely don't want to put nobody in the grave before they time. But either way, we can't go celebrate without recalling all the people that was a part of this. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that is the way things is. The first time that happened to me was on Christmas Day. My man returned to the essence on Christmas Eve. And you know how, on Christmas Day, you up, before the sun come up, you out there, playing with your toys or whatever. So, I'm already up doing my thing. I'm not sure what was the things that I got that year, but, I was already getting busy. And, I look, I see my mom's coming out. She's coming through the kitchen towards me in the living room. And just the look on her face, I could tell that she's serious, right? But I'm not in trouble. But I can see she's serious. And she came and told me my man returned to the essence. His family returned to the essence in a fire. Like his family returned to the essence that had like some procedures changed because of that. Like how fires get reported and how the specific firehouse find out and all that shit. So shout out to AP and Queen Mother. Let's start from there. But now back to the business. The Day of Kings is upon us. The Day of Kings. Power add. Powered up. There's a lot of milestones, the first of which, just to be here and have some measure of success. Times like this, you gotta shout out Mr. Mindorf, Mr. Godfrey, Mr. Burner, Mr. Braverman. There was that guy too, I don't remember his name, the supervisor over there at Ride Playland. He was a general jerk anyway. He got arrested eventually for molesting the girls over there. But to all of y'all, how y'all like me now? They listen. They try to shoot me down, I can't even count them. He cut me in my arm, stabbed me in my back. I've been hit by the car, flipped over in the car, dislocated my knee. Injuries. I survived the dope era and the crack era. So far, I'm still here in the pill, in the pill in the K2 era. So far, it still hasn't taken me out. And let the record reflect that when this milestone passed, I knew my lessons. See, a lot of people, you get, a certain age now, you can't know your lessons. Hey, look, to each their own. But let the record reflect that I knew my lessons. And that's why I'm powered up and not powered down. See? Because my cipher was free. See, I wasn't still on coaching. See, I already seen the culture, then I acknowledged the culture, wisdom the culture, understood the culture. So then my culture was free, my cipher was free. So now I'm powered up. And not a slave, right? Not a slave to any power. But that's all. We wanna bore y'all with this tribute. I saw Justice, Wise You, the Wordsmith, Mecca Divine Wisdom, Luke Cage. What's the deal? Coming up. Yeah, not, so far it's just the intro to the show, but eventually, yeah, that's gonna be there. See, that's what, right now, I'm mellow. Started turning up some time ago. I just came from the masseuse. They hooked me up. So my neck was turning all the way. That's how it goes down. What's the deal out there, what y'all been dealing with? I'm finally starting to get a little bit of hang back on the current events. I think maybe that's what it was. Now that this little milestone is passed, I've been kicked back in watching the events around us. Because you actually got to pay attention in real time right now. Like, you could be going someplace and there could be a live shoot over there. Like mass shooting. So you have to definitely stay on point with your current events. Does anybody in the nation celebrate the 4th of July? The 4th of July is Fard's born day. But I don't know how 4th of July is celebrated in other places. But do people have cookouts and stuff like that? you know, generally speaking, for the last, man, that's been about, that's, well, shit. My son is Wisdom Bill. So yeah, that's gotta be Wisdom Bill, at least Wisdom Bill years, probably more. Probably like Wisdom born to understand and out of sight for years. His born day is on the 26th of February. Yeah, that's right, exactly. I was wrong about there's something about the 4th of July. He came here on the 4th of July or something. There's something with Father in the 4th of July. I can't recall what it is. You know, y'all know. Right, 4th of July is when he came. So at the end of the day, that's when he was born. So you see I was right. That's why this is the Day of Kings. Undefeated. 5% is like professional sports. Injuries. But they have something in New York called the African Street Festival. And that basically takes place between the 1st of July and the 4th of July every year. You know, whatever days those fall. So, generally speaking, I go out there with my kids and up into I would say about 10 or 11 years ago, I used to take my kids to see the fireworks. And then I can't remember what happened. But it was some kind of like mass shooting. I don't know if it might have been the thing that happened in Vegas. It might have been a thing that happened in Vegas, but something happened where I was like, nah, I'm not going no crowds like that no more. Like not just like that, you know, with my kids and everything. Like, nah, I ain't doing it. So, you know, that was the extent of my celebrating it. You know, in terms of, you know, it's a hot day. There's a lot of events going on. You know, brothers deal with that, but in terms of any type of, you know, if you saying that, you know, on July 4th, the brothers get all patriotic and start talking about George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. Nah, I don't know nobody to do that. See, the holidays is good. It's not holidays. It's the premise of the holidays. Sarah J, peace, welcome to the channel. It's not the holidays. See, you know, we have our own significant days, right, in the history of the nation, right, that need to be commemorated. So, for instance, the show and prove, we don't call it that, right, but that's our holiday. That's a celebration of the gift of knowledge itself that Allah gave to the babies, right? And just like Christmas is an opportunity for Christians to tell their story about Christianity and Jesus Christ, right? To show and prove is an opportunity. If no other time, right, you're gonna learn about Allah, you know what I'm saying, and you know the things that he did that added on, you know, and what happened to him. So, you know, if they celebrating, right, the infinite life that they supposed to achieve through being witness to Jesus Christ, right? Then that's what I'm saying. Like we celebrate it, right? We say this is Allah's born day. But it's not the same as how they got Christmas. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the thing about the other holidays. You know, that's the thing that I don't like. Should Allah and Father both Pisces, which is symbolized by the fish, which is also connected to Jesus. Allah and Father both regarded as savior type figures to two nations. I mean, yeah. That's all fine and good about February and everything. You just don't ever forget when exactly the Day of Kings is. "18 days to the Day of Princes." Do you know that right now I'm older than the old guys was when I got the knowledge? And my oldest son is twice my age when I got the knowledge. These are milestones that's just, to other people that probably seems regular. Probably like, well, duh. But who would have thunk it? I'm in the generation that was super predators and endangered species at the same damn time. We did the damn thistle. We try and get rid of us the whole time. I just realized that now. We try and get rid of us the entire time. By the way, did y'all ask me how I see the recent court rulings? Did y'all ask me that? Because I got the silence now. I understand. I think I understand what's happening. See what I'm saying? I'm back in the loop. I'm powered up. You know what I'm saying? Who else the forgotten prophet? Rather get stabbed again than that. But that's the way that went down. year and I survived it. But did y'all ask me how I saw the recent Supreme Court rulings? Because I had to refer to the scrolls. And in fact, the scrolls do speak with us. The recent Supreme Court rulings there are what would you say, there are chapters and verses in the scrolls in reference to that. And you know what I wonder too? Because I don't know, I wonder if this is like a new thing that the young generation do. Or if it's just my kids, right? Do your kids ever ask you for money? Because my kids never actually asked me for money. They just started telling me a story, right? About something ain't going right, somehow or another, some is off, some is out of balance here. You know, it's funny how people always get indignant, but I mean, that's supreme knowledge. So they started telling me this story, so I don't want to hear this shit. Look, how much you need? Let's cut to the chase. How much you need? That's what they like. Why you acting like you $500. Yeah, that's why I'm acting like that. That last time, my son, I don't know what's wrong with him. He called me talking some riddles, right? I wasn't even up when he first contacted me back. What are you talking about? He's talking some other riddles. I ain't calling back yet. I don't know if he got the money now. I don't know what he's thinking. You see, I need to raise him over again. I don't know what the hell's wrong with his mind. My girl called me. She talking about somehow she don't like the place where she's staying. She gotta move. Right? She need the money, right? Now I don't know if this is toxic masculinity. Make it divine wisdom. Tell me if this is Sarah J. Tell me if this is toxic masculinity. I'm wondering, right? She says she needs this money to move, right? But I'm wondering this. How you gonna pay the rent? You planning to be here less than a month? Because if the plan is that you're gonna keep calling me every month, then you might as well tough it out. don't know if that's toxic. So, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Make a divine wisdom. This is crazy talk. I'm going to pay it. I don't know about that. At least that's what I said. You know, was there a time this was going to be discussed, or you just going to call me now talking about this next set of problems? See, because that's what I try to teach them. Don't create emergencies. So you're going to move to this place, now you ain't got no money, and then you're going to create an emergency where you're going to get evicted, and then you need more money. I know how these things work. I'm going to tell you something, I drew up from that though. I understand why they had the old system. See how brothers had the old system where they ain't let their daughter get to this point. See, by the time you 17, 18, you gotta be married. You gotta go. It's not a rich or poor thing, because rich people do it too. It's called a debutante ball. In my whole life, I always just thought it was like some kind of prostitution. Until recently, I see what that is. Like, now you gotta go. You need somebody that's interested in shit that you say. That's willing to put up the money to support that. That's shit I want to do. And I'm going to tell you something. It would be good for young brothers too. I can see that there was the benefit in that system for the young brothers, right? Is that, imagine, right, for all the brothers in the room, right? Imagine you was in a system where all the women was going to be gone by the time you was 20 years old. Like, if you get to 25, like, that's it. These women, look, somebody's about to take them to their farm, and the only time you're going to see them again after this, they either going to be with that dude or with that dude's children. But that's it. They off the market now for life. Gang life would be much shorter. Got no time to play, gotta lock in. Niggas would be leaving the gang. Niggas would be leaving the gang like 16. You gotta lock in, Sam. Fuck the homies. So yeah, I see that's where I fucked up. It's not just me. Society today, that's it, we fucking up. We gotta be like the old school brothers. They get like 11 and 12. You start letting the other people in the village know, like, remember I got that daughter, right? How you say son is? Line that right up. Sounds barbaric, but I'm telling you. Wait till they expect you to pay their rent. See, I'm tell you what it is. See, she know I ain't gonna tell her no. So they should be more ridiculous and more ridiculous and more ridiculous. I mean, look, even if we don't arrange the marriages, man, I'm just telling you, there would be an entire different system. If brothers knew that, look, all the desirable women in my age group is going to be gone by the time I'm 21. People would behave differently. I tell you, me for one, listen, y'all would not, you know, I probably still would be 5%, but I wouldn't have been in them bullshit like that. Like if somebody would have told me at a young age that, look, this is how this game goes, son. This is how this game goes. Yeah, I would not have been standing around in the corner talking old God body shit. I wouldn't be. I'll see y'all niggas later. Yeah, that's it. But see, that's what I'm saying. Her knowing I'm not going, that's why she need somebody with sense, right? That's dealing with her to tell her, nah, I'm not doing it. We're not doing that. See, the people, I think I gave y'all this jewel before. For the people on here that got young kids, right? If your kids is like under 16, so you know they don't work, they don't really get no money, right? When you take them shopping, right, give them the money before y'all go. Just come out, like, see me, I got, you know, well, the one is behind. You know what I mean? It's a gap with her. So say I got the 4. So whatever's the loot that I was going to spend, right? I call everybody out in the living room. All right, look, here's your money. Here's your money, here's your money, here's your money. I see, especially the first couple of times you do it, right? They don't know about money. So whatever amount of money you give them, they think it's a lot of money. Like you give them like $200. You take $200. Oh, 200. But wait, whoa. You know, they act like they getting over on me. They don't know how much the shit they want costs. They don't. Motherfucker don't know that. But listen, this is a phenomenon, I'm telling you. Watch it. Just try what I'm telling you. Listen, when they go in the store and you already gave them money like that, they look at the price tags. They never look at the tags when it's your money. Yo, Darkim, yo, but the hat, it matched perfectly with the sneakers though, and then the shirt. I gotta get the hat though. What's the hat? $75. It's only $75. It's only $75. Oh really? So yeah, I give them the money, right? And then when we go in the store, boom, they watch all the prices. And I'm telling you, you don't know this. See, look, when we go out, if I got the money, we spend twice as much. Like when I give them the money up front, not only do I saved on money, right? They be having money left over. See, when they got the money, you know what I'm saying? They be like, yeah, man, yeah, fuck that jacket. I don't need that. That jacket. When you got the money, they absolutely have to have that jacket. If you don't want them to die going to school, do you? Well, how they gonna survive without that jacket? But when they got the money, yeah, fuck that jacket. It's just for lames anyway. But yeah, that's just a jewel. That's a jewel. Look, even when you go in the store, like when you go in the regular store, right? Get them the money before you go in. Cream cheese and babies. Right. Thanks for everybody for the Happy Born Day shout outs there on the Day of Kings. But just remember, look, if you didn't learn anything else on the Random Jews channel, you got that little random jewel right there on how to teach your kids about money. Have you ever went a long time without having lessons on paper for whatever reason and had to rely on memory? Well, yes to the first part, but I wouldn't say I relied on memory and quotation. So if you're quoting the lessons, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna keep them on cap. But yeah, though, the wordsmith asked me if I was talking about the rulings on abortion. But yeah, the rulings on abortion and guns. I don't know, should I have said that? Let's don't say that again. We're going to speak in coded language now, because this channel, we already teetering on the edge. We could be kicked off at any moment. But did you also notice that besides the ruling on absolutes, have the other ruling on protection. At least I don't know. It came down. You know what it is? See, for a lot of y'all, that's already been the case. But what happened is that VC Realm put it right here. They put a ruling now that you can carry in New York. So for many of y'all already from places where that's the norm, right? But you gotta remember that New York is like a bellwether. Like if they can defeat what's the name in New York, then they can defeat those laws everywhere. But I seen what it is. Type 1 when y'all ready to hear what the scrolls have to say about that topic. What the scrolls have to say about it. There's some mosquitoes in here, man. Okay, look, this is what the scrolls. This is how the scrolls speak upon it. See, when thou haveth beef, thou must increaseth thou numbers and thou guns. That's the Holy Scriptures. That's what gangs do. When they have beef, they get their numbers up and their guns up. When they have it beef. They recruiting right now. See, what they saying is, if you niggas get out of line, like you did a couple summers ago, when we was just doing our fucking job, if they get out of line like that again, if they come and break the window on your store, pop the fuck off. Motherfucker gets on a train, talking about he's mad, pop the fuck off. They get their numbers up and their guns up. Cause see, even if they put that, right, you already know the hoops you gotta jump through. There's a hoop that's it's too high for everybody that's the original man to jump through. You had some original women probably could get it. Mega Divine Wisdom, close your ears right now. I don't know if that's good. I don't know. But we want them strapped while we're not strapped. But that could just be, I'm that way. I'm funny that way. I like when the tables is kind of even. or tilted to my side. Knowledge I got a lot. Shout out, no doubt. We on here we talking about the Day of Kings a little bit. Spreading out, we dealing with trivia today. Trivia. Random jewels. See, once I had the time, my mind got clear, and I started thinking about the scripture. I was like, yes, this in the scrolls. Now I already told y'all my first. See that was the only thing I first just dribbled about it was that Trump won, son. And no matter how frivolous you see his presidency, right? Because of the impact, right, that the Supreme Court has on modern society and the amount of people that he got to appoint. I mean, you see this is almost, depending on how this comes out. The media is not, but I mean, for somebody like me, this is a cultural revolution. Like, I've never known life without abortion. Like, right now, that's what I'm saying. People is thinking of all the different scenarios, like, yo, what's going to happen now? Like, are people going to be getting arrested? Are people going to be going across straight state lines? And then this stuff gets crazy, man. And that's one thing I don't like, too. I don't like these extreme situations where it's like, first of all, like, look, I saw some shit today, right? It was a story about a 10-year-old girl. I said that right. 10 years old, right? Who was denied an abortion. That is what I'm saying. I don't want to seem insensitive. I don't want to be toxically masculine. But is there anybody else here that thinks there's a much bigger problem here than the fact that this girl couldn't get an abortion? Like, is there anybody else that thinks we need to back this clock up some here? Like, why is the fact that she couldn't get an abortion the big part of the story? I don't get that. I'm not saying that it's not newsworthy. Because is there anybody, am I being toxically masculine here? Mecca Divine Wisdom? Am I out of pocket for saying, wait a minute. A 10-year-old girl is pregnant. Full stop. Yeah, there needs to be an abortion here. But the motherfucker that's going to be aborted, he's already out the womb. That's the first Let's deal with that abortion, and then we can talk about this here. Pardon my French there, YouTube, but we was just speaking figuratively. We was speaking figuratively. Speaking of that, I ain't gonna front, it's fucked up, and I'm not saying that they should take it back, but I do feel kind of bad that R. Kelly kind of got a life sentence, man. That's a life sentence. And look, he can get the life sentence. That's good. But look, there's supposed to be some other niggas doing 5 to 10 in there with him, saying. But y'all was down, saying. Y'all was down. Y'all was down. Y'all supposed to do the pyramid, son. He at the top, and y'all motherfuckers down at the bottom. But y'all supposed to get some time too. We got Encyclopedia Brown. And we just in here, we celebrating my born day today, Encyclopedia Brown. Power added. Let the record reflect, look, tell them when they refer to this primary, tell them refer to this primary. When they ask, listen, still do my lessons? Listen, still teach? The only thing that changed is that I'm older, right? So the amount of people that's younger than me, right, that I be teaching is just more people now. You see, in the 80s, I wasn't teaching nobody in their 20s and 30s. You know what I'm saying? I was out. You had to be in school or like from the block or something. I had to know you. Like, we had to be maintaining it. If you was that age, I just really wasn't around you like that. But that's the only thing that changed about me, man. Being 5%, and like I said, just certain things, just, to me, that's bugged out. Just that I'm older now than the old guys was when I got the knowledge. Like, just massive things, gee, that's like, yo, get the fuck out of here, me. Ghislaine Maxwell got 20 years. Yeah, I heard about that too. I'm not too much into that, you'll find that that's weird with me. I don't know how that happens, but for some reason, I always miss the white news. Like these, Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, I don't know about that. Larry Davis, something like that. Ask me about that. Like that, I mean, I'm not saying that about nobody else, but I'm just saying that to me, that's one of the things I be talking about culture, where I'm immersed in the culture so much that certain things that happen, that if you don't have really like no relation, like I'm saying, like even like the Kardashians, right? Like they, like in the black world, they deal with black dudes, they, copy black styles, whatever, they try to imitate black women, so, at least that's somewhere, where I might see it, but, I don't listen to death metal music, so whoever is the biggest artist in death metal, never heard of them. Or like, I saw a headline that the dude, Travis Barker, something happened to him. I heard his name, I don't know who he is. And shout out to him. I'm not saying nothing bad about him, I'm just saying that, it's not my culture. We just was talking about that, Rob Boyne, in terms of those two rulings, right? Not just the 721s, but also the abortion. To me, it's a street move. It's a gang move. When street cats, crews, gangs, whatever, they get into beef, they gotta get their numbers up and get their guns up. So that's what that's about. They got beef. They saying, listen, man, we kind of on our own right now. Like, we got the system and all that, but, you know what I'm saying, shit is kind of real right now. So look, if niggas get out of line, if they get out of line like they did when that George Floyd shit was going on, pop the fuck off. Crazy motherfucker get on the train and you don't like how he looking. He look like he might have some kind of point to prove. Pop the fuck off. Some motherfuckers, man, we trying to vote for president, and these motherfuckers over here, we think they stuff in the ballot box, man. Like, son, I'm telling you, nah, son, I seen 5 fiends around a nigga, B. Let's go pop him, son. Whoever the fuck it is, LaRasa, too many niggas coming, pop their ass, pop. Yeah, now look, that's the thing what I'm saying, Rob. The hoops, the amount of hoops they're gonna have to jump through, they already know the people they don't want to have them is not gonna have them. That's about tilting the playing field back to their side. Like, all the shit that's going on, yo, motherfuckers, you see the shit that's going on in Russia, right? See, listen, Encyclopedia Brain coming here, and fucking around, made me lose my channel now. But you see that shit that's going on in Ukraine? Now, what happens if everybody start looking at that like, yo, son, y'all niggas acted like y'all was all hardcore, and y'all was gonna hold Ukraine down, and y'all ain't do shit. And what happens if everybody just start popping off, China pops off about Taiwan, just all the different shit with niggas been having beef, you know what I'm saying? China pop off on Japan, North Korea pop off on South Korea, what happened if all they little protectorate niggas just start saying like, nah, son, these niggas pussy now, B. This shit ain't like back in the days, son. Like back in the days, nigga, you talk shit, we'll put a military base in your capital, motherfucker. And say something then. That's what they see. And all that protest, all the different shit's going on, niggas ain't scared now, son. We not on the block no more where we was beating these niggas up since preschool and shit. The niggas is scared. We out here now with other gangster niggas and they strapped. had to refer to the Bible. You know what I did? I was on the channel the other day though. On what's the name? I see that there's a new, yeah, it's like, y'all gotta, it's like, it's not round two. This is like, I guess this is probably like part 3 of the trilogy between the guys from Each One Teach One and the Abos. But they got the Abos no more. They got, you know, they back with a little more knowledge now, it seems like. They was in the room the other night. You wasn't in there. But they was in the room the other night. And Seneb was in there on some back against the wall shit. Going at it. He going at it with a couple of them. You know, but now they seem to have some more history. You know, they got some names, dates, and some names, dates, and places and shit. You know, they seem like they a little more ready to do battle. I'll be tuning in. I'll be tuning in to see how it goes. So let me tell you one thing about people. And this is just me, this is not everybody, right? But it's like, try to embrace one crazy thing at a time and shit. Like if you come up and tell me, and even, let's not say crazy. Let's not say crazy. Let's say, you know, unorthodox, right? Not necessarily mainstream, right? You know, it's not mainstream. It's not for the mainstream thought. But it's like when you abo, right? You say there's no gravity, it's flat earth, you know, like all of this, you know, Bigfoot, aliens, all of this stuff together, that's what throws me off. Like, I'm not that bright. Walk me through this one at a time. Just first, you said we abos. Okay, let's just deal with that. Don't tell me about aliens yet. Because then you make me think, alright, see, all this shit crazy. Let's not say crazy. Let's say not mainstream. But to me, that's the thing. It's like you gotta go wholesale. It's just one thing about the 5%. We don't start just talking crazy. Like we got that one thing that's not made. Look, the black man is God. But look, you can't dispute it. At the very least, motherfucker, it's unfalsifiable. But other than that, we deal with the same shit that we don't have no shit that we made up. That's why I degree say that. But bring rain, hail, snow, and earthquake? Like, I hear you, all this shit here, what you saying. Motherfucker do all this teaching, nigga teach the blind, deaf, and dumb. Motherfucker, all this shit here. But you saying that this nigga sitting here on the screen, right here, right now, doing this video, you saying this nigga here can make rain, hail, snow, earthquake? That's what you saying? Alright, nigga, you out your mouth. But see, that's the one thing. And see, after they talked to me for a while, they made like, yeah, I don't know about that, but he might. Listen, if I talk to him, I have a conversation with him, then they'd be like, okay, the jury's still out on that, but I don't believe he does that. Because I'm not going to tell you that the black man is God and the sky is really purple and everything that we is this building is upside down. Even though they say I'm controversial. Bro, talking, you say, yo, man, people say, yo, man, they say that I say things just to be controversial. I just want to be controversial. I just want to fuck with people. Nah, I just don't see shit how y'all see shit. These people crazy. But I'm gonna tell you though, Encyclopedia Brown, I want to see y'all have one. I want to see a definitive. I think y'all look. Y'all gotta go on Mean Gene. Y'all gotta go on Mean Gene and have the definitive. One thing I think that needs to be defined, and it's not by me, right? But I think that we need, see, and look, a brother right here is saying it, right? Morocco been catching my attention, right? We need for that Moorish history to be defined. And I know one of the problems is that, even the term itself, Moor, is, I don't know if you want to say not clearly defined or has multiple definitions or whatever it is, but them shits need to be enumerated, categorized, and analyzed. So we can say some things once and for all. That's what it is. You see, that's something y'all get into on y'all channel, but it's they've achieved their own kind of deified status. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the historians that we've had, all our historians from the 20th century. You understand what I mean? We are now, how y'all be saying on y'all channel, it has to be now an analysis of their work, you know what I mean? Like, we kind of accepted it, kind of just wholesale because a lot of it is what we wanted to hear. But knowledge is infinite. So, I know, I don't know, well, I wouldn't say I don't know, I know that I know multiples of what I knew 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So, some of these books, we coming up on 100 years. We coming up on 100 years since some of those books was written, right? And there's been many, many discoveries since then. Some that confirm and some that don't confirm. And that stuff gotta be added on. Yeah, you're right. You see, Rob Boy, I'm gonna tell you another thing too, though. We say right there, they don't like to challenge their elders, right? I think that there was something there's something, I would hate to think that it's black culture, that is something in our culture, right? But there's some kind of competitive nature that existed amongst many of the early people that made strides. Meaning, John Henry Clark, he got I love the brother. But a lot of times when I saw him in debates with different people, he was kind of a jerk, G. They just, the way, like, they just had a condescending way that they kind of spoke to people. And it appears that that attitude transferred into their students. Marcus Garvey has it. You know what I'm saying? Other people got it. Malcolm X has it. Where it's like this back and forth. This jump off right here, Robborn, I got some equipment over here. So I don't got the link on today. But I got the Zoom. Let's do a jump off. Because I think it's an important topic. You know what I'm saying? I think it's an important topic, right? Because, it's in terms of us, right? See, some people got, like, see the Rastafarians, they got our culture, they got our morals and our ethics, pretty much. They got our ethics and our morals, but they don't got our knowledge. And see, that's more easy to deal with. You see, there's some people, man, that's trying to have our knowledge with other people's morals and ethics and principles. You're trying to have our knowledge, right, with the history that other people wrote. Like, this is our history that we write right here since 1964. And then what I'm saying is that a lot of times those ethics, those morals, and those principles is from a different time, a different place, and you don't know what it is. You don't know what they're dealing with. Like, if you was in a certain place at a certain time, then you may not know why this thing was created and why it grew and why it still exists. And that's just one of the things where it's like, okay, I know the science of that. See, I know the science of the Europeans really lost their history. All of them. That's what the Dark Ages was. The first modern Olympics was in 1896. They tell you that this shit came from Greece, but really they discovered sometime in the late 1800s. And really, the people who had their history preserved was the Muslims. Because there's a lot of religious motherfuckers that used to be keeping the history. And it moved from those Muslim religious motherfuckers to the Catholic Church. Those are the scribes that wrote down the history. So I know it got fucked up. I know it's been through filters, but that don't mean that you could just make up all other type of shit. And that's just one filter. That's just one filter. There's been many. But that's what happened. The Jews translated the knowledge that was left behind in Spain, right? From the Andalusia, right? They had to translate that into Spanish. See, remember we dealing with the science of zero? That's where that word comes from. Cero means empty space in Spanish. Because when the Jews saw the Arabic or the Hindu number system, which became known as the Arabic number system because of that, they didn't know what the zero was. So the name that they gave it was empty space. I'm just saying that's one example of how the history, right, and even some science was filtered through them. So I know, right, I God, powered up, son. But I'm just saying, sometimes it's like, damn, God, just because what this was a truth, tell me you could just make up some other shit. So for me, yeah, that's why that is, I don't know how big it is outside of our world, though, Rob Boy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's a thing because I'm telling you what it is, Rob Boy. See, y'all be going at it with them. So but see, to me, there's some good people on the Abo side. There's some good people with good ideas that's ready to be active and put their time, energy, and money where their mouth is. But I just don't know if I agree with the stuff that they say in terms of that. And it's that I don't know if it counts. Like, what difference that make? But see, that to me, that's why I say, look, from 1964, that's what we dealing with. Because see, all that shit, you can say whatever it is. You can say Manson Musa had 100 motherfucking quintillion dollars. Nigga, right now, we in the project. And how the fuck we getting out? I don't give a fuck about that. I mean, it's good in terms of to say, I know what the potential is. A lot of times, yeah, you gotta know what the potential is. You know what I'm saying? Or you might half-ass it without knowing that, oh shit, that's what I could have got out of that if I, you know what I'm saying, knew what it was about. These people, he said, my thinking got me like a lot of these Moors and Israelites on this land, leading people to where there's no goal. Yeah, there's that. But there's also one thing that I kind of detect, right? And this is something that I'm against. Like, for instance, I'm going to tell you something I'm against, right? When people say, well, you should consider me black because the white man considers me black. Okay, when I start doing shit on the basis of what the fuck they do? When did I do that from before to make you think I'm going to do that now? sit here, House of Wisdom, Greek and Arabic translation movement, and Latin to Arabic translation movement. Right, that last one took the Europeans out of the Dark Ages. That's what I'm saying. That in the Dark Ages, they lost their whole fucking history. And they got it back. That's a part of the shit they got back in the Crusades. The last of it, like I said, the shit that they start finding in the 1800s, right? From all that shit, that's the weakening of the Ottoman Empire. As they start to win the last of the fucking Crusades, because they at war from like whatever 611 or whatever, when the Muslims pop out, they at war until 17 something, when the Ottomans make a deal with the Austro-Hungary Empire in Europe. And see, that's the same coalition, right? The Austro-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and the Germans against the British, the French, and the Americans in World War I. So all them different things is the filters through which the history is coming. That's why you don't see me arguing with people about stuff like that. Sometimes I disagree with them too. But you know what I like about them though? Is they say, listen, this is the shit we got though. Like the shit you saying might be true, but can't prove it. That's some 5% shit, son. And we not even saying you wrong, son. But show us where we can find it. You know, Rob Warren, I can tell you right now, you know, the flaw that I think is in that, right, is that the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. And so, and y'all do that, right? With that approach, you have to constantly keep an open mind. Because tomorrow, there could be a find that does prove what they say. But in terms of, you know, listen, we right here, right now. We saying what we can do right here, right now. We talking about the tangible stuff. We not talking about heaven. We not talking about the pearly gates, nigga. We ain't talking about purgatory. We talking about right here, right now. What can you prove? But I don't know. I mean, I do think this though, right? That the masses, I don't think the masses of black people is really paying attention to this type of stuff. But I think that when it is time for them to pay attention, right? Like when whatever happens in society, when they're like, okay, boom, now we got to try to find some knowledge that we can activate on and save our life, right? This is going to be all the shit that's out there. Like this is, you know, I'm saying like the person who has knowledge that's just like, okay, well, not even that has knowledge, but got their head screwed on. And they see shit fucked up, so they're like, okay, let me go get this knowledge. This is all the shit they got to sort through now. Like when I got the knowledge, it was us and the ancestors. Look, I mean, look, no disrespect to the ancestors, but that was an easy decision. I'm not saying that other people wasn't around. Of course, the Moors was around, the Israelites was around, but they wasn't having the impact. A lot of them, from what I could tell, right? Because I didn't have the knowledge for the whole 80s, but a lot of them, they rise was kind of in the 80s. Like, they was around for a long time. But when you really talk about impacting the history, like, you know, we have a great impact on the city history, right? From hip hop to the riots to whatever, I don't recall them. And I don't see even right now, like, show me something where you like, oh yeah. And, you know, they was around over that area when that right there got started. But this is the stuff that the people now, they gotta go through. And, you know, in a certain way, you know, look, I'd rather just be dumb. I'd rather just don't know than to be in the wrong fucking direction. I'd rather be deaf, dumb, and blind. That's where, look, I'm not just telling, I'm telling you, I know me, and I know a lot of y'all. And see that you went through all them other studies and all them other nations. Nah. I came right into the knowledge. I was just deaf, dumb, and blind. I didn't have no, yeah. Well, see, for me, when I came in, I already wasn't believing in Christianity. But the ideas and the thought, the principles, the morals, the ethics, all of those things had to be taken out of me. But that's built into the lessons. I was just deaf, dumb, and blind. I wasn't led in the wrong direction. The people around me, they was teaching me the right things about life. They just didn't have the supreme knowledge. Like my family, my parents and stuff, they not bringing drugs around me and shit. They sending me to school and shit. You know, my great-grandmother is taking me to church. Yes, it's not, that's not the knowledge and wisdom. And civilization is knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, and farm not being established through happiness. I understand that part. Right? But it was righteousness what they was teaching. See, look, put it like this. When I start getting arrested and shit, you know, I didn't want to call them. Because I knew that's not what they was teaching me. Like the first time I got arrested, actually the first time I got arrested, I was a juvenile. So the precinct called my house and my brother answered the phone, right? And he's a veteran of New York State Corrections. So he already knew what everything was. So he talked to the people and then he came and picked me up and shit. He was like, yo, son, you lucky I answered the phone, B. Like, nah, I ain't say nothing, G. When we get to the house, don't say nothing. You said you went to Reverend Ike's church. Was that before or after you came to the knowledge? Nah, it's before. My grandmother used to take me over there I used to go to Reverend Knight Church. You goddamn right. She had a particular seat where she used to sit at. You know, listen, I've seen the peaks of the 85 world. My grandmother was a worthy matron. My great-grandmother was like a church, she was like a church mother. But anyway, getting back to my story, what I was saying, right? That was when I was a juvenile. But my first adolescent arrest, right? We got to the precinct and shit, right? And they like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You know, you can make a phone call right now. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to call nobody. You know what I'm saying? Now, I got arrested with 2 other brothers. So the other brother called his moms, and his moms called my pops. So when we get to the court, and I see this nigga, I'm like, damn, man. This is just totally not good. Like, damn, son. You know what I mean? Then I look, it's my uncle, my grandfather. I can't believe this shit, God. Like, how the fuck did these people find out? Like, I'm sorry. Because they was teaching me righteous, and I knew I was doing unrighteous. That's why we have honorable names and not slave names. Because our parents just ain't had the knowledge that we have. But they try to teach us righteousness. Not everybody. I know some people, like I said, some people came from houses where, yeah, their parents did bring drugs around. Their parents did bring all types of stuff around. But that wasn't in my background. My family was a good family up until our generation. Physical, he did 21 years. Other physical, this nigga here, I already told y'all when I see this motherfucker, we gonna have to fight. And he the oldest. No. My sister is the oldest. But y'all, I'm gonna kick his ass when we see him. This motherfucker, he's supposed to be telling me when my sister's service is gonna be when she returned to the essence. I ain't hear from this nigga. It's been like 9-10 years. This nigga's like, yo, I'm coming to the house right now. I'm gonna call you when I'm downstairs. I have not heard from this motherfucker in like 9 or 10 years. That's another reason why I don't go to their house. When I go to their house, I'm gonna kick his ass. Take his ass outside, away from my other physical, and kick his fucking ass. Cause you know I didn't get to the service, son. I missed my sister's whole thing, G. Which is my fault, because I should have been more proactive and find out what happened. But I fucking trusted this nigga. You gotta watch some people. You know, and some people, and he that type of person, some people don't mean to betray you. They really think you that nice. But he probably really thought I was gonna find out some other way. Like, see, listen, you ever think that, look, Judas in his mind was thinking, right? Judas was thinking, so you're going to pay me $50. You're going to pay me $50 to to get fucked up by Jesus? That's what Judas is thinking. Like, man, when y'all niggas get there, you can't fuck with Jesus. Jesus is going to kick y'all fucking ass. That's right. You motherfuckers come, and look, when the Roman soldiers came, Judas is over there saying, yeah, here you go, right here. Let me see you talk that shit you was talking. Let me hear you talk that shit you was talking over in Rome. Let me see you talk that shit in front of Jesus now, motherfucker. That's how he was thinking. He ain't understand it now, so we're talking about something else. That's why I said sometimes that happens. But sometimes you just gotta look at a person and say, yo, you know what? They're not built like that. And for you to have the expectation that they somebody that's other than who they is, you the one that's deaf, dumb, and blind. They is who the fuck they is. And that's who they supposed to be. They ain't supposed to be nothing for you. What's this here? You say here, District 120. He doesn't teach the same as the Christians or the theologians. He even said he's teaching a mind science and that you are God, even though he ties making money into it and attracting all that you desire. See, you're right. He taught, like Rabon is saying, prosperity gospel. You know what I'm saying? See, he did. It was all about making money. Like when he used to be at the church, right? He had a private jet. And that was like my grandmother, that's what that was one of the things that led me to see. That listen, my grandmother used to be proud to give him her money because he had this private jet. And he used to brag about how he lived in Miami. I think it was Miami, right? And he had the private jet, and he used to fly up to New York on Sundays to give the sermon on 175th Street. 175th Street, and that's Broadway right there. It's still there. It's like an old theater. There's something else in there now. They got the block, like it's like a what you call those? Like you have like a market. It's like an outdoor market or something there now. But the building is still there. It's like 175th, 176th Street, maybe 174th, something like that in Broadway. And my grandmother, and that was one of the first things where it was like, yo, you falling for this shit, yo? Like when we used to leave the church, right, and get back home, she used to be saying like, yeah, Reverend Knight, he probably back in Miami now because he got his private jet and he done flew back on his private jet now. And I used to be looking at her like, you think that's good? Like, you just gave this motherfucker. And then she got, we never fell out where there was no shit we wasn't talking about. We was a little bit angry. She was a little bit angry at me, let's say, that time. Because Reverend Knight sent her some shit talking about prayer cloths or some shit, he's going to pray on the cloth and send it to you, and then all your problems is going to go away or some shit, right? And the cloth, like the price, like whatever the price is crazy money, G. It's crazy money. And he has in the letter, in the letter that he sends my grandmother, it says, listen, don't try to send your own cloth to send money to save money. Like, don't think that you send your own cloth and then we could pray and send it back. Right? He's like, nah, don't try that. You gotta get our cloth. So I threw the fucking letter out. And these motherfuckers trying to scam my GM because look, by now, I'm older. Like I said, I got the knowledge now and shit. Back then, I'm 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, I'm just going with her. But I'm saying, like, now I got knowledge of the whole cipher. Like, yo, my GM is fucking retired, B. Like, she got some little bullshit job she go to, like, 2 or 3 days a week or some shit. And that's like some fucking maid shit, B. She not making no fucking money. She not sending you no fucking shit for no prayer cloth, nigga. You gonna have to come over here, nigga, and get that. So I threw the shit out. She got tight. She was tight behind that, boy. Threw out her rubber night shit. Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, we had that was a little couple weeks. Like when motherfucker calling the phone, this motherfucker throwing out my shit. Throwing my mail away. Like, nah, son, you sending people no money. Fuck out of here. Before you send that, I need some sneakers. That's why I be telling y'all about that Masonic shit. When y'all be talking about that Masonic shit, I lived in the house with these people, man. They ain't got no knowledge like that. See, that's one thing I seen, and I think that's a big difference. I'm dropping another jewel on you about the babies. See, if you bitch around your family about this culture of our God, your kids ain't gonna bear witness to you. See, when my kids come with me around my family, right? My family know I'm God. Don't get me wrong, they still call me by my honorable name. But they know, look, when we start talking about food, they were talking, okay, oh, this stuff over here, y'all don't eat that. Yeah, no, that's not y'all section. Come over here, this is what y'all eat over here, this what you eat. That's when I knew I made it. When I went down south, that's one thing. See, now my grandmother here in New York, she's, like I said, I'm living in the house with her. So she got to deal with this shit every day. The same Darkim that y'all hear about outside, I'm like that in the house. Let me tell you how fucked up my mind was at that time. We used to live in apartment 2A. We used to live in apartment 2A. And at that time, how I drew it up is that she was the wisdom and I was the law. And that she thought she could tell me what to do because the wisdom was before the knowledge. Boy, aren't y'all glad y'all met me now when I got some sense? aren't y'all glad y'all met me now and shit when I, you know, got my head screwed on and shit. That's how I used to draw shit up. I was But see, like I said, she's still in the house. She's in the house with me every day. Do the shit we do. I'm throwing the mail out. You know, I done talk so much shit. She done stopped buying pigs. You know what I'm saying?